Forget don't touch my junk. Try don't steal my stuff. A TSA worker caught with a stolen iPad down his pants. And that's not all. Turns out this guy's accused of lifting $50,000 worth of passengers' goods this year. The TSA swiftly firing him. My next guest says once the TSA's unionization plan is finalized, guys like this might not be touched. Vincent Vernuccio is labor policy expert at the Competitive Enterprise Institute, and he joins me now. So why are you so worried about unionization here?
Well, Liz, you know what? It is another week, another hit of bad press for TSA. You know, last week we had the guy that, the smelly guy that snuck on the plane without a boarding pass or a valid ID. Now we have a TSA agent sticking an iPad down his pants, and it looked like he's been stealing up to $50,000 in merchandise before that. So what TSA needs to do is focus on nothing but national security, keeping our airways safe, and instead they're focusing on unionization. It's another distraction.
Vinny, but you know, here's the thing. I mean, the workers have been stealing from airline passengers for decades. How would unionization affect this, basically this kind of theft?
Okay, well, they're still working on the collective bargaining agreement, so we don't know exactly what's going to be in there. But I can look to what the union head, the head of the AFSCME union, John Gage, has already said he wants to do away with, and that's the performance and the accountability and standards measure that all TSAs are judged, all TSA workers are judged by. So they want to get rid of.
Wait, who is this official? What kind of power and authority does he have?
No, this is the AFSCME, the union president, John Gage. This is what he's saying, that one of his first orders of business will be, after they've unionized in the collective bargaining agreement, is doing away with the performance and accountability standard system.
All right, so here's the deal. If you do away with that standard system, is that saying, you know, look, if this person steals, you know, they can't lose their jobs? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, the union's going to have to defend them, and it's going to make it that much harder for the feds to just say, hey, listen, this guy is stealing, this guy is not working for national security, this guy may be a threat, we got to get rid of him. With the union in the way, they're going to have to protect this guy. It's going to probably be in that collective bargaining agreement.
You know what, Vinny, you know what's so troubling about this story, my producer pointed out, is that Continental workers found out about the theft. The TSA worker is supposed to be spotting terrorists, is supposed to be spotting people who are going to endanger the lives of innocent passengers. And so if the TSA workers cannot, you know, find or report theft in their midst, what will happen once they unionize? Will it get worse?
That was the first question I had when I read the story, that it was the Continental Airlines flight attendant that caught this. I mean, where was TSA? What were they doing? So you're exactly right. We need to retrain a lot of these guys. We have to start over again. And unionization is not the answer. Getting the TSA's house in order is the answer. A domestic national security, that is the answer.
Well, you know what, I'll tell you, 50,000 new union members means a potential $11 million in new dues for political allies in the Democratic Party to get donations from, right?
I've heard estimates as much as $18 million.
Okay.
I mean, it is a big chunk of change, and that is really what this is all about. Remember, only a quarter of the TSA workers actually voted for AFSCME. Only a quarter of the union members, or a quarter of the workers, actually want this union.
All right. Vincent Vernuccio with the Competitive Enterprise Institute. So good to be with you tonight. Thank you so much for your time.
Liz, thanks for having me on.
Sure.